Hello and welcome. If you've ever felt just a little bit nervous about grocery shopping in an English speaking country, well, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to walk through all the key phrases and steps you need to shop with total confidence. So let's jump right in. All right, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about that nervous feeling and how to beat it. Then we'll get into the real practical stuff, like how to ask for what you need and exactly how much. We'll even cover what to do at the checkout and, what to say if something goes wrong. By the end, you'll be set for the entire trip, start to finish. Okay, first things first, let's talk about feeling nervous. It is so normal to feel a little stressed when you're speaking a new language. I mean, who wouldn't be? But our goal here is to flip that script. We're going to turn that anxiety into pure confidence by giving you the exact tools you'll need. Let's just be real for a second. Have you ever been in a store, you see what you want, but you just walk away because you're not quite sure what to say? Or maybe you get to the counter and your mind just goes totally blank? Yeah, trust me, that feeling is so common. You are absolutely not the only one. This quote from a learner, Emma, really says it all, doesn't it? She says, "I get very nervous at cafes. I felt so rushed." And that feeling of being rushed, that's the real killer, right? The secret to beating it is just knowing what to say before you even walk in the door. So how do we actually do this? How do we stop that rushed feeling in its tracks? It all comes down to a super simple plan. Honestly, the biggest hurdle is just asking for what you need. And the great news is, there's a really easy formula for it. No, really, it's this easy. Just 3 little steps. First, a quick friendly greeting. Second, you say what you would like. And third, you just name the item. That's it. Now, steps 1 and 3, pretty straightforward. But step 2? The words you choose there can make a huge difference. Okay, this is a big one. The difference between I want and I would like. I want is fine, with your friends or family. It's super direct. But in a shop or a restaurant, I would like is your go-to phrase. It's just more polite. It's the safe bet every single time. It sounds natural, it's respectful, and everyone will know exactly what you mean. So let's see this in action. Imagine the shop assistant asks, "May I help you?" Your reply can be this simple and this perfect. "Yes, please. I would like some eggs, bread, and milk." And then you just list off everything else you need. See? Super easy. Okay, so you've nailed asking for things. But what about the next part? How do you say how much or how many you actually need? Let's go over a few super common words that will make this part a total breeze. All right, first up, a total classic. Dozen. It literally just means a group of 12. And you're going to hear this all the time, especially for eggs. So instead of saying 12 eggs, you'll sound way more natural saying a dozen eggs. And if you need 24, you got it. 2 dozen. Okay, what about bread? Here's a tip. We hardly ever say 2 breads. It just sounds a little off. Instead, we talk about the whole thing, which is called a loaf. And the plural for that? It's loaves. So you can walk in and ask for 1 loaf of bread or 2 loaves of bread and sound like a pro. Okay, moving on to liquids, like milk or juice. That cardboard box they come in, that's a carton. Super simple. So you can just say 1 carton of orange juice or 3 cartons of milk, please. And what about fresh stuff, like vegetables? Well, you've got a couple of easy options here. For something like tomatoes, you can use weight. You could say, "I'd like 4 pounds of tomatoes, please." Or for other things like broccoli, you can just count them. You might hear people say 4 heads of broccoli. Yep, heads of broccoli. Okay, your cart is full, you've found everything. Now for the home stretch, paying at the checkout. This part is usually super fast and pretty much always follows the same script. So let's walk through it. So this is what you can expect. First, the cashier will tell you the total. Something like, "It's $60, please." Then they'll probably ask how you're paying. You can just say, "By card, please." If you use a card, you know the drill. They might say, "Please enter your PIN." And finally, they'll give you your receipt. And that's it. Done. Okay, but let's talk about the real world for a second. What happens when things aren't perfect? Like you get home, you open the fridge, and oh no, the milk is expired. What now? Don't panic. There are super easy phrases to handle exactly this kind of problem. All you have to do is go back to the store, find the customer service desk, and just clearly state the problem. A phrase like this is perfect to get straight to the point. "I want to return some goods. They're out of date." Simple, clear, no confusion.
Okay, so you've told them the problem. What's the very next question they're going to ask? What's that one little piece of paper they will absolutely need to see to help you? It's your proof of purchase.
Yep, you guessed it, the receipt. This is exactly why you should always hang on to your receipt, at least for a little while. If you have it ready to go, the whole process is going to be so much faster and smoother. So you've explained the problem, you've shown them the receipt. What's the last piece of the puzzle? You just have to ask for your money back. And can I get a refund is the perfect polite way to do it. And 9 times out of 10, if you've got that receipt, the answer is going to be a simple yes, of course. All right, let's do a quick recap of the most important stuff. Number 1, start with I would like. It's just a great polite habit. Number 2, try to use those quantity words we talked about: dozen, loaf, carton. Number 3, and this is a big one, always keep your receipt, just in case. And finally, seriously, it's okay to ask for help. That's probably the biggest confidence booster of all. So, I want to leave you with a little challenge, because really the only way to get comfortable is to actually do it. So think about it. What's just one, new phrase from today that you're going to try out the next time you go to the store? Because taking that one tiny step is how you start building real, lasting confidence. Thanks so much for joining me today.